The IMF Annual Meeting Report on SK Newsline is brought to you by the St. Kitts Nevis Anguilla National Bank and Hope Economics.
Mimi, what's that song? There is no better time to discover what your National Bank Visa debit card can do. It can get you out of a pickle. Using my National Bank Visa card is fast, secure, and convenient.
Cashless SKN is our new lifestyle choice. National Bank, always here.
Financial stability worldwide is at risk. Hi, I'm Andre Huey for SK Newsline here at the International Monetary Fund headquarters in Washington, D.C. for the annual meetings held every year around this time, the IMF and the World Bank. Special thanks to the St. Kitts Nevis Anguilla National Bank for sponsoring this trip, as well as to Hope Economics. Now, the Financial Stability Report is presented by the IMF every year. Now, just on Tuesday at the IMF General Meetings this week, the IMF Financial Stability, or rather the Monetary and Capital Markets Department, would have presented their Financial Stability Report for 2022. And in that report, it shows that financial stability is at risk due to various economic challenges globally, which includes inflation, the Ukraine war, and several other factors that is affecting the stability of the financial markets. We heard from Tobias Adrian. He's the Director of Monetary and Capital Markets Department at the IMF, and he gave a synopsis of the report and what people can expect for 2022 going into 2023.
Amid highest inflation in decades and extraordinary uncertainty, markets have been extremely volatile. Risk assets such as equities and corporate bonds have declined sharply. A deterioration in market liquidity has amplified price moves, and financial conditions have tightened globally. In many advanced economies, financial conditions are now tight by historical standards. In some emerging markets, they have reached levels last seen during the height of the COVID-19 crisis. With conditions worsening in recent weeks, key gauges of systemic risk, such as higher dollar funding costs and counterparty spreads, have risen. There's a risk of disorderly tightening in financial conditions that may interact with pre-existing vulnerabilities. Investors may further reassess the outlook if inflationary pressures do not abate as quickly as currently anticipated, or if the economic slowdown intensifies.
Now, later on throughout the course of this week, we will be speaking with several persons from the Caribbean. We already spoke to the governor of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank. We'll have that report for you in a subsequent broadcast. And we're also looking to speak to other Caribbean leaders that are here. Now, I should make this point that the Prime Minister and the Minister of Finance of St. Kitts and Nevis, Dr. Terence Drew, is not here on this trip. However, we understand that he would have spoken to a Caribbean Leaders Forum, which was held on Tuesday evening. He spoke virtually in the presence of the Financial Secretary, Hilary Hazel, where he addressed a number of the economic concerns, macroeconomic concerns for St. Kitts and Nevis. We're hoping that we will at least get some feedback from the Minister and the Prime Minister at some point. But we will, of course, try to get you some reports from IMF officials that deal directly with St. Kitts and Nevis and also the wider Eastern Caribbean. And we'll be speaking with other Caribbean officials as well. Coming to you live from the IMF headquarters in Washington, D.C. for SK Newsline, I'm Andre Huey.